So thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us today.
Thank you for having me.
We'd like to hear a little bit about your motivations around learning languages and how learning languages has influenced your career. So could you tell us a little bit about growing up in the Democratic Republic of Congo and sort of how you ended up in the US?
I was born and raised in the capital city of Kinshasa, which is like more than 17 million people today. I grew up there. I finished my high school. Then I was fortunate enough to have an academic scholarship to come to America, where I came to study medicine and ended up playing basketball my sophomore year when I was asked by the university if I can join the team. But my education has always been a primary key of my life. I was lucky and fortunate to come from a family of educators, which was my father. My father was a teacher. He taught almost for 37 years in high school. And he believed that the only way to succeed by getting an education. And we took that as a way for us also to have a better life. My languages experience come from just being from Africa. There's nobody who from Africa today who only speak one language, because when we are born, our mom speak a different language, maybe the grandmom speak a different language, daddy speak a different language, then there's a national language. Depending if both of your grandparents did come from the same village or came from the north and the south. So you might end up learning like 3 or 4 languages just at home before you even put the foot outside or in the classroom where you be speaking another language, which is the French. And by the time you get to high school, you have to learn a second official language, which is English. So that's how it came out.
And can you tell us how many languages you speak now and your reasons for learning all of them?
I've been fortunate to speak more than 7 languages. I speak English, French, Portuguese, a little bit of Spanish. I can understand Italian and other African languages. Some of the language, I felt like I have to learn it. Some of them I picked it up since I was young, since I was like 9 years old. Like nobody speaks Portuguese in Congo, but my neighbors, we have like about hundreds neighbors in my community where I was growing up. They all was from Angola. They were the people who fled the civil war in Angola and they came to the capital city of Kinshasa in Congo. So when they came in the 70s, all those people were just speaking Portuguese. They didn't know the local language in Kinshasa. So the children were trying to play soccer with us, and they would speak to us in Portuguese, and we were trying to find a way to understand them and them understanding us. So we ended up developing that bridge, and we didn't want to have a language barrier, and it ended up working very well.
And would you say Portuguese is the hardest language that you've had to learn, or is it one of the others?
It was easy. Portuguese is so language because it's close to French. And when you speak Portuguese, it's so easy to speak Spanish, and easy also to speak Italian. And I think the language is great. It's, and it allowed you to travel the world. You know, I'm working out to learn my Chinese now, as much as I go to China every year. I learn myself how to say a few words, trying to learn Japanese at the same time. It's fine when you can go to a different country, be able to say things on the language. It makes people more appreciative of you, who you are. They know that you just didn't come walk around the country, but you want to talk to them and you want to feel home.
And were there any techniques that what you found to be really useful when you were learning English?
If you are committed to be successful in life, you will see a great result. If you are committed to be a good student, you will see a good result. My first 2 years, which I was obligated to take an English class as a second language before taking other classes, without going to no summer break, I knew that I have to succeed. I knew that I have only 4 years with me to graduate from college. I didn't want to go to college for 6 or 8 years. So I didn't want to go to no party. I didn't want to do all of that stuff because I knew that I have something to do. My weekend was always challenges. I tell any young people today, college is fun. College is a great experience. College is supposed to be a freedom for anyone and anybody who's there. You might have 2 classes a day, sometimes you might have 3 or 4, and someday you might not have classes. But in the same token, you have to know why you're there. What is your mission? What is your purpose? Why will your parents devote themselves to send you to campus? They know that you want to be free, but for why? Why you want to be there for 4 years? What are you trying to accomplish in 4 years? And then if you can understand that, you have a great chance to have much fun and go to all the parties and be successful at the same time.
You've had a very successful career, both on the basketball court and off, through your humanitarian work. Have you found speaking several languages has been beneficial to this?
I think it's been beneficial for the fact that I have a job that allowed me to travel around the world and trying to communicate to our young people and our youth to the language that way they can understand me, where they can put in action right away. And I think that we have been fortunate enough to accomplish as being an NBA Global Ambassador. But all my philanthropic work has also been great, that I can go anywhere around the world, raise money, which I've been doing very well.
Do you think language learning is important?
Language learning is very fun because language is an art that inspires people. And when you feel like a melody as you're learning a language, as you start speaking French, as you start speaking, you can feel the melody playing in your brain.
And do you have any tips for anyone who's about to start learning a language?
Practice. You need to find the time by yourself where you can practice and looking at yourself in the mirror. First of all, you want to know if you can understand yourself. And repeat yourself as much as you can. You're not going to wait just until you go to a room full of people. You say, okay, that's when I'm going to speak. But by you be able to pick up maybe the newspaper from whatever language you're learning and trying to read it, it will improve your languages. By you being able to listen to the radio, it will improve your language, and watch TV or TV show. Those are the things that you need to do to improve yourself.
Thank you very much for taking part in the interview today.
Thank you for having me.